knew Netflix offered free financial coaching?
I surround my soul with the positivity. That's why I don't worry about the things that I don't see. Yeah. These days I don't worry about much. I think we should have some more fun. I still dream about.
What's going on, everybody? It's your girl TJ back. Another video on Talks with TJ. And that's right, we're talking Get Smart with Money, a new special on Netflix you can watch. It's not even a series. It's just like one sitting. So if you just sit down and commit to watching it like I did on the plane ride back home from California, I think you'll find it interesting. Or maybe if you're like me and you want to see and cheer for people in their personal growth and finance, then hey, you may enjoy it like I did. But I just want to touch on a few key elements because one, I think the 4 stories you follow are relatable. I think also the assistance they received in terms of financial coaching was very realistic in the approach, the lessons, and the actions that these individuals had to take. You may find yourself in one of these positions currently, or maybe down the line, you never know, it could come up for you or a friend, a family member, a loved one, and you may be able to direct them to this so they can see how these people, took, again, those actionable steps to put themselves in a better place financially, more stable, just more sound, and to feel as if they are in control of their income. You can't control what happens in the economy, but being proactive with the money that you earn and how you choose to spend it is always on you. So you follow 4 individual stories. Again, 1, they need to earn more, just point blank period. They're in 2 dead-end jobs. They need to earn more. The second story, it may not seem relatable, but it is. It's an NFL player. He needs to shift and understand how to make his money work for him in the event he no longer receives a paycheck. And yeah, he goes to $0 a month in terms of income. The third story is really about somebody taking the time to get out of credit card debt. And I mean a massive amount of credit card debt. Like, it made me a little sick to my stomach of how much debt she was in. And then the fourth story, you follow a couple high earning. The earnings continue to go up, but they want to retire sooner than 65 or 67. No, they want that 40, 45 retirement age, which means you have to be very aggressive in your investing versus your spending. And they are susceptible to, I should say, income creep, or the fact that lifestyle creep, more so, I should say. As they continue to earn more, they're still spending more. And for a family of 4, they spent a lot of money. I'm talking $13,000 a month for a family of 4. So just kind of think about that in your mind. That's a lot of money they're spending, and they certainly had room to improve. They did improve as the episode went on, or as the special went on, but they still had more room to grow, because I think they went down from $13,000 a month to $10,000 a month. They could still lower that even more, with one of them being just a stay-at-home parent, and really have their money that they earn grow for them and work for them so that they're able to retire early. But let's just go over why I think this is a really good thing for you to watch on Netflix, especially if you're a young adult, and then 2 questions and we're out. Number 1, I think all of these stories were really relatable. Even the NFL player, and I know you may think, okay, he's in the NFL, I work a 9 to 5. How is that relatable? But it is. His cash flow went to 0, and we have people within the last few years with the pandemic, their cash flow went to 0. So now you're only living off reserves, and you have to take a really hard look at that and figure out, how long can I continue to sustain my lifestyle, my livelihood, take care of my family without earning anything? That's really your net worth. That's really your net worth, and how stable you are. How many months can you go with 0 income and be okay and still be able to keep a roof over your head and keep the lights on? So keep that in mind whenever you're thinking about your own financial health. He had to make a decision. I have to take action. I'm not receiving a paycheck right now. How can I make the money that I have right now work for me? And he was a young kid when he first, of course, signed to the NFL. So he took that check. He had a ball. He splurged a little bit, but I think that's expected. He got himself a house, I believe his mom a house. He had a baby. He bought himself a vehicle, and some jewelry and some sneakers. I mean, come on, we can relate to that. But he said, hey, that money that I received, it can go away like really, really fast and without me earning a check right now, because he eventually made a practice squad and eventually made the 53-man roster for the Chicago Bears. But outside of before that time, he wasn't earning anything. He had to learn to be smart with his money, but also have what he already had on hand work for him. And that's where investing comes in. So I really love that the stories were relatable. I mean, you may have been a young adult at one point or be a young adult and you feel like you're not earning enough and you have to take action. You have to be proactive in figuring out what can you add of value to the market and go get it. We're in a capitalist market. It's out there for you to be able to get. And the other, in terms of credit card debt, my goodness. So this lady had $65,000 of credit card debt, and she said it was just based on just spending on whatever, a lot of Amazon, a lot of Target. She was an emotional shopper and it would help her to feel good. And I think a lot of people will fall into that category, but you can't just let it snowball. And think about the interest that she's paying on that. You're paying so much interest on things that you don't even wear anymore. Your kids can't even fit anymore. You ate that meal how many months ago, but you're still paying on it because you let that balance roll over and over and over again from credit card cycle to credit card cycle. So it's dangerous. It can be, it can decimate you financially. And that's where they were, to the point where everything she earned was pretty much going to pay off the credit card debt. And what her husband was earning, it was to actually take care of the family. And then she dealt with a car repair. And a lot of Americans can't actually handle a $400 to $500 car repair right now if they were forced to do that. So just think about that. That is scary. But if you are in that position, you have to take charge and try to learn to manage your money where you are cutting down on those debt payments, but upping what you're saving, because things will happen. You have to know that things will happen. Emergencies happen. It will rain at some point in time in life. And usually when it rains, it pours. So you just want to be prepared for that. And then the final couple, as you earn more, you have to prevent or at least stop yourself from lifestyle creep. It's okay to spend a little bit more, but you really want more of what you're earning to work for you to put you in a better position. That's the whole point of working hard. So current you and future you are doing better. One-on-one coaching they each received was amazing. I think each coach really connected to that individual. And is that something I would love to do one day? Maybe one-on-one, just not right now, but I think that would be something fun to do, especially with young adults, to empower them and give them the confidence to take charge and control of their money early on, not wait and late into the future to do that. But one thing, I would say, ask yourself, what can you take away if you watch Get Smart with Money? I mean, let's be real. All of us could likely invest more. We could all likely spend less. I mean, a lot of us live in abundance, right? We live in excess. We have tons of shoes, clothes. It isn't as if we really need anything. So I'm sure we could curb spending and spend a little bit less. The holidays are a difficult time to try and control some of that. So do your best. Have a limit of what you'll spend and what you won't spend. You have to draw a line and a boundary with yourself so that you aren't ever overspending and putting yourself in a very dangerous situation. And then also just making sure that you're managing your debt well. So be sure that you're doing, those things, but ask yourself when watching this, what can you personally take away from it? Next thing I would say, does it spark a change in any of your financial behavior once you finish watching Get Smart with Money? So for myself, I think I'm actually going to redo how I do the annual resale sneaker where you all vote on a pair that I buy. I mean, no matter what, I'll probably end up treating myself to a resale sneaker anyway. So what I think I'll do instead is I may actually just put that into an additional ETF every single month within my Roth IRA and be intentional about how that money is spent. So we'll bridge that gap once we get there, but I think that's a better use of those funds. And again, I'll probably end up still buying a resale pair. It is what it is, but go ahead and comment your thoughts below if you have watched Get Smart with Money. If you haven't, go watch it. It's a short watch, and then, come back, let me know what you took away from it. But I appreciate you guys tuning into any of the personal finance videos. I know they definitely don't trend like any of the sneaker reviews or fear of God videos, but again, I appreciate it. As always, act your age, not your shoe size. Peace.